Henry Ford was the founder of the Ford Motor Company. Many confuse him with being the first to invent automobile, but that's not true. He did not invent automobiles, but he did invent the first automobiles that were affordable to many middle-class Americans. His intense commitment to systematically lowering costs has resulted in many technical and business innovations, including the franchise system that put many dealerships in most of North America and in major cities in all of the 6 continents. The Model T, the car produced by Ford Company, was introduced in 1908, and by the 1920s, the majority of the middle-class Americans have already learned how to drive the Model T. By 1932, Ford was producing 1/3 of the world's automobiles. He was one kind of a man. So let's talk about the top 3 lessons I have chosen from Henry Ford. Lesson number 1, don't find fault, find a remedy. It's easier to point fingers, it's easier to find someone or something to blame, but it's not constructive. If you want to move forward, if you want to move on fast, you gotta be constructive. Find a way to solve a problem instead of using your energy to blame. This way, you make yourself become more observant, more resourceful, and possibly more innovative. So spend your time and energy to rectify something and make things better. Don't use your time and energy to blame. It does not help anything at all. Lesson number 2. Henry Ford once said, "It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste." Henry Ford observed this in the early 1900s, and it still holds true today. Who here is guilty of spending too much time on the smartphone every single day? And at the end of the year, you wondered how that particular friend got so successful, how this particular friend achieved so much. You may be thinking, oh, he has connections. Oh, she's smarter than I am. But to tell you the truth, that is not entirely true. The time that you might be spending to sleep in until 10 o'clock in the morning on the weekends, the time that you spend half an hour at a time looking at your screen, these people, they use the time to make appointments. That's how they have a wide network. They use the time to read books. That's how they got smarter day by day. They use this time to plan. That's how they can get so much done within a year. So this second lesson is to remind you not to waste too much time. Leisure time is important, but don't get sucked in. Your goal from now can be to waste less time. Lesson number 3, the last lesson for today. Henry Ford said, nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. Have you been inside a garment factory? If you haven't, you can check out on YouTube what it looks like and how they work. Most of the workers in the garment factory do not know how to sew one whole piece of shirt, one whole dress, or one whole pair of jeans. But the magic of the garment factory is that they have different sections to their production. They have the pocket section, they have the sleeve section, they have the cutting section, they have the sewing section. And each group of people only have to specialize in the job that is given to them. Similarly, if you have a task that you have to complete, a project that seems so difficult for you, I suggest you break it down into small manageable tasks and you tick off one by one from your to-do list as you complete each task. This will also allow you to identify the things that you still need to learn in order to get the job done. So once you've completed task 1, you move to task 2, and by the time you reach the final task, you realize, voila, I'm done. I've completed this task that in the beginning seemed so difficult. You realize it's not that hard after all. That's all for the 3 lessons today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next episode. Bye!